Hi, this is Isabel Letzler. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new and are just discovering it, so my main focus in this channel is to talk about business, careers, and innovation in Switzerland mainly, but I also sometimes talk about other countries because in my view, those topics are not really country specific, but can also include a little bit of a bigger space there. So today I want to actually address this video to entrepreneurs, freelancers, consultants, coaches, people who want to do basically their own business and have a little bit of a hard time getting followers, because at the very beginning, this is always a challenge to get those free 300, 400 followers, getting started basically, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. So now I have achieved 1,000 followers. I have them on Facebook, I have them on LinkedIn, a little bit above actually. And on YouTube, I'm close to it, I would say now. But I wanted to share with you my techniques for growing your channel from 0 to 1,000 in 3 years, which is the timeline that I think is reasonable. Because again, my techniques is really without any paid advertising, only content based. And I thought this could help a lot of people because when you get started, usually you don't have a marketing budget. So I want to give my strategies to grow your channels and really without any type of misconceptions or very complicated things to apply, which I think sometimes I'm discouraged to follow strategies because I don't have time and it has to be very simple for me in just a word. So I want to give you my 3 steps. I think for today, I'm just giving you being transparent in what I've done. But if we were to work together one-on-one, we would get in detail with how you apply this to your specific business or service. So the first thing I did to grow my channel from 0 to 1,000, my 3 channels, is really build a lot of content. So at the beginning, it's going to be tough because you have to do a lot of sharing content. And the main thing I did was to do online conferences once a month. So I was doing this online conference on a channel called meetup.com. Of course, I had to stop because it's not the way you're supposed to use the channel. But again, sometimes as an entrepreneur, you do some things and then you do it until you're told that you can't do it anymore, which is pretty much how I operated under meetup.com. But I think I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just sharing online videos. I thought it was very practical for people to follow those videos rather than to meet in person. But I actually did in parallel some meetup every other week. There were breakfasts, free breakfasts in the town where I live. So the town is Geneva, Switzerland. So this is really how I got started to grow my channels, is by doing this mixture of online events once a month and meetups every week. So between the two, you quickly get people's emails and they start adding you on social media. It's going to be a little bit of a hard time because you do have to get those people, and the couple first hundreds, again, it's hard. But if they meet you in person, then they like your work and they start actually following you on Facebook, and they were following me actually on Meetup. I had a lot of following there, but again, I closed the channel there. So I think for me, that was the beginning, how I got these couple 100 people. So that's the first step. The second step is really doing a lot of in-person events, but very focused like training. So I've done some training, and again, this strategy was based on a coach type of strategy. But if you were to have a different type of business, I would of course help you with your type of business, not necessarily coaching. The second thing was to do a training. So I did in-person training, so people would get my email at the end. That was a way for them also to stay in touch with me, to actually experience doing something in person, a full workshop, a full training with me. So that was my second strategy. I'm very much a trainer by trade, so it was very easy for me to launch trainings in the type of work that I do. So anything linked to looking for a job and all these things. Of course, then when I wanted to go online, which is my wish with my business, is to have an online business, I stopped doing some of those. But in the interim, I built a lot of followers. Number 3 is that I share information on a regular basis. For those of you who have been following me now on YouTube, you know that I say 2 videos a week, Monday and Friday, and I've been following this religiously. And this is what you have to do if you're an entrepreneur. And I see a lot of my colleagues or maybe people I know have a little bit of a hard time with this regularity because it is tough you do have other things going on. Usually entrepreneurs do multiple activities. So having this religious sharing of information is very difficult. When you say you're going to do a post every Monday or blog, and I will share with you again, if we work together, some of my experiences of things that I stopped because it was actually too much to handle. But you have to remember that whatever you choose, you have to commit to it. So if you say it's going to be a blog post every month, you have to do it every month so that people trust you. This is how the trust will build, is by basically keeping up your word. So if you tell people I'm going to do a blog post every month and you announce it and they see that you stop after a couple of weeks, the trust will not be there. But if they see month after month, and that's why I take my strategy within the last 3 years, I've done everything that I said in terms of what information I will share and when. So videos is twice a week. When I do an online conference, I will also share the information. And I announced that I no longer do online conferences because they do take a lot of time. But I will do a different type of action this year, which will be to have people meet up to develop networking, which I find is a big, big need in the Swiss market, is to grow networking skills. So this is where I stand. These are my 3 steps. So number 1 is to do regular online conferences, free ones, obviously, whenever you can on whichever platforms, to have people watch you and remember you. The second thing I did was to do events. Some of them were paid events and trainings. And the third thing I did was to share information on a regular basis. So in a snapshot, that was my strategy for growing my network from 0 to 1,000. But again, there's a lot of things within these 3 strategies that I will love to share with you. So book a session with me under Consulting for Business. I will share the link below. Just share with me what your business is, maybe in the email, what you would like to grow. Again, nothing is pre-made, so it will be customized training for you. So if you say I want to grow my channel to 1,000 and this is what I do as a business, I will help you, determine what type of information you can share. And again, this is not coming from someone who's just selling you a fluffy strategy. This is someone who's actually doing the work in her business. So it's concrete information, and that's how I work. So hope you have a nice week. I talk to you soon.